Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the DAX using Bill Williams today? Now, it seems like GT24's got some incorrect data on their charts, and I'll show you now is that's not a true reflection of how the day closed. We did close with a doji, so it wasn't a red doji. It was pretty much similar to the day before. Anyway, so we're going to have to just sort of ignore it, and I'll show you now what I mean by it. You can see that's kind of where the futures market closed, but according to GT24, for some reason they've got this candle sitting down here at 30 or almost 40 points away. Anyway, so the simplicity here is we are still below the 200 moving average of the daily, and we had the whole week. Okay, well, pretty much the whole week. Well, the whole week. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these dotted lines, the downside, are the breaks for the day. So you can see there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So basically 4 days we didn't move at all. Okay, we sort of ranged in a 100-point range and pretty much did nothing. Okay, so what are we expecting today? Yeah, for me, I'm still very cautious about this. I want to see us break, get a proper break. And I'll give you an example. You know, we had a triangle break here. Okay, so there was your triangle breakout. Okay, you can see how the tails are fluctuating all over the place. So we had this breakout here. Let's just get down to a lower time frame. Right. So we're pretty much on top of the triangle, came to the downside, and then we had this breakout. And you know, for all intents and purposes, this was a long entry, and it was long for pretty much 3 candles, and then immediately fell off and kept making lower lows. So that kind of was a failed pattern. And you can see, I mean, it was a nice, if you look at the hour, it was a nice solid green bar above the 200 as well, and a breakthrough of a few levels here. This was the one level, and you really would have expected us to hold that level, and we failed. Pretty much sellers stepped in at the top and pushed it down. So just based on that, I look at this and think we are still consolidating. The fact that we've got these tails on the 4 hour to the downside is indicating that there are buyers at this, what is this level? 1, 2, 3, 40 area. So there are definitely buyers here. So, the big question is, are we just consolidating for a move to the upside? And that's kind of what I would be expecting. So, this 4 hour bar is quite telling. And we're going to need to break above these 4 hour fractals. So, and remember with the fractals, this one is broken. We've got to close above it, but then immediately we came back and tested this low fractal. So, when you see this kind of thing happening with fractals, where prices turning on the bottom and the top of the fractals, you're in a range, and it's a pretty well defined range. And what you need is a solid break and confirmation. Okay, so in other words, we need a break above 12444, and then the next 4 hour bar needs to be confirmation and stay above here in order for us to be sure that the trend has changed. Okay, and same thing for the bottom. So the bottom would be pretty much this area here. So break below 12340. So it's pretty much a 100-point range that we need to break out of. Right, so what am I expecting today? To be honest with you, I'm expecting a little bit more of the same. Okay, so I know that the Dow has gapped up, and you'll see that in the Dow video, but I'd expect that to consolidate to the downside first before we move back to the upside. So that's kind of what I expect of the DAX. Either consolidation along here, or a bit of a pullback for a move up. But for now, there's nothing on the alligator that's indicating a very big trend change. This is still kind of sleeping. So it did start moving to the upside ever so gently. But, it's not it's not like this. It's not standing up, which is indicating a strong trend. So for now, this is still in a range. Okay. And the only thing that I see now is whereas this was the top of the range, this, I say this 12,400 was top of the range. Now our top of range is 12,440. Okay. So yes, I think I'll be looking for fractional breaks. And as soon as we get a fractional break on the half hour, so we can use sort of this level. And if I just move that down, so we can use 12,400 as our level. So if we can break above 12,400 and get us a 30-minute close above that area, then there's a high probability we're going to get some upside. But that upside might be limited to 12,440. Okay. So for now, this is still ranging, and we're going to need a proper break above the high of Friday for me to have any confidence that we're going to be moving to the upside. Okay. Same as for the downside. So if we do get a break, and again, it's going to have to be an hour or half hour or 4 hours close below 12,340 for an indication to move the downside. So right now it is pure indecision, and you should be trading this as a range. Okay, so shorting off the top of 12,440 and going long from the bottom of 12,340. Okay, guys, so that's my take on the DAX. Pretty much indecisive. So until we get a break out of this range, I think you need to trade the range or just keep your money in your pocket and wait. So, and that's probably an option that I'm going to be taking on this today anyway. Anyway, that's my view. Hope it helps, and stay safe. I'll catch up with you guys later. Enjoy the day. Cheers.